dared to stare, unveiling the shadows of fear on fear files.
Sun hung low in the sky as Alex Carter's SUV bumped along the gravel road leading to Hollow Creek. The small Victorian-era town, nestled against the edge of the infamous Whispering Woods, seemed to exhale history with each creaking wooden porch and cobblestone path. Alex, with his camera equipment meticulously packed in the back seat, was the de facto leader of their documentary crew. He had an insatiable curiosity, a drive to uncover the stories hidden in the shadows of the past. Beside him, Lisa stared out the window, her fingers tapping nervously against her knee. She had always been the skeptic, the voice of reason among them. Behind them, Mark fiddled with his array of tech gadgets, and Sarah, the group's researcher, reviewed her notes, her brow furrowed in concentration. As they pulled into the town square, the locals' reaction was immediate and palpable. Curious glances and hushed whispers followed them, and an elderly woman with a knitted shawl hurriedly crossed herself as they passed. "This place gives me the creeps," Lisa murmured, her eyes scanning the shadowy alleys and dilapidated buildings. Alex nodded, though a part of him relished the eerie atmosphere. "Perfect setting for our documentary," he replied, trying to keep his tone light. "Let's check into the inn and start our interviews." The innkeeper, a wiry man with a weathered face, eyed them suspiciously as he handed over the keys. "You folks here for the woods?" he asked, his voice a gravelly whisper. Alex nodded. "We're making a documentary about the Whispering Woods. Do you know anything about it?" The man's face darkened. "Ain't nothing in those woods but trouble. Folks go in and they don't come out. You'd best turn around and forget about it." Undeterred, Alex pressed on. "We're here to uncover the truth. Can you tell us any specific stories?" The innkeeper shook his head, his eyes haunted. "Best you find out for yourselves. But don't say I didn't warn you." After settling into their rooms, the group reconvened in the lobby. "Looks like the locals are genuinely scared," Sarah said, flipping through her notes. "I found several accounts of disappearances dating back over a century. People go into the woods and just vanish." "That's exactly why we're here," Alex said, excitement bubbling beneath his calm exterior. "Let's gear up and head out. We need to capture some preliminary footage before dark." The Whispering Woods loomed at the edge of town, an impenetrable wall of ancient trees and tangled underbrush. As they crossed the threshold, the temperature seemed to drop. The air grew thick with a palpable sense of foreboding. Mark set up the camera as Alex narrated their entry into the forest. "We're here in the Whispering Woods, a place shrouded in mystery and fear. Locals claim it's haunted, that those who enter never return. Tonight, we aim to discover the truth." The deeper they ventured, the more oppressive the atmosphere became. The trees, gnarled and twisted, seemed to close in around them, and the forest floor was a treacherous maze of roots and fallen branches. Suddenly, Lisa stopped, her eyes wide. "Did you hear that?" The group fell silent, straining to listen. At first, there was nothing but the rustling of leaves and the distant call of a bird. Then, faint and barely audible, came the unmistakable sound of whispers. They seemed to drift through the trees just beyond their sight, as if carried on a ghostly breeze. "It's just the wind," Mark said, though his voice lacked conviction. But Alex knew better. "Let's keep moving. We need more footage." As the sun dipped below the horizon, the forest transformed. Shadows lengthened and the whispers grew more persistent, almost intelligible. The sense of being watched was inescapable, an invisible presence pressing in on them from all sides. They set up camp in a small clearing, the flickering fire casting eerie shadows on the surrounding trees. As Alex reviewed the footage they had captured, a chill ran down his spine. The camera had picked up strange distortions, shadowy figures that seemed to flit through the background. "This place is definitely haunted," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "We're onto something big." Lisa, her face pale in the firelight, wrapped her arms around herself. "I don't like this, Alex. We should leave." But Alex was resolute. "We've come too far to turn back now. We need to see this through." As they settled in for the night, the whispers seemed to grow louder, encircling their camp like an invisible predator. Alex lay awake, his eyes scanning the darkness, every rustle and creak sending his heart racing. In the stillness, he couldn't shake the feeling that the forest was alive, watching, waiting. And as the firelight danced on the trees, casting grotesque shadows, he realized that the whispering woods held more secrets than he had ever imagined. Thank you for braving the unknown with us. Until next time, stay haunted.